Welcome. We're going to do a lovely juicy sequence for hips this morning. So if you want to start on your backs. Begin by just giving those knees a hug today and just take a few deep breaths to release out through the back of the body as you gently draw those knees with the hands towards you. Let the shoulders fall away. Make any gentle movements of your head to release your neck. And just gently watch the movement of the breath. Gently moving your knees away from you as you inhale and drawing them a little closer to you with the exhale. Keep hold of the left leg, reach for your big toe with your right hand. And just start to circle the foot into the hand, into the fingers here. Just gently moving, circling the leg in the hip joint. Try and keep the arm and the shoulder nice and free, nice and loose here. So we don't need to fully extend. We're just feeling around a little in that hip joint, seeing if we can start to explore a little hamstring release as we send that foot away from us. Good. And then you can switch and just explore those same nice spirally, circly movements which our hips enjoy with the left leg. Don't feel you have to fully extend. It's more important that you stay resting in the upper body. Just noticing how much movement you have here and just gently encouraging things to let go. Wonderful. Holding on to those knees, keep the big toes touching and just open those knees wide apart with your breath, just circling those knees gently away from you and then bringing the knees towards you. Just really slow, mindful movement with the breath here to just really feel into the hips. You can circle both ways. Keeping those knees wide, let the feet fly. Happy babies, draw those knees in towards your armpits. Relaxing through or releasing out through the back of the body here. Enjoy receiving the support of the ground. Soft, relaxed face. Relaxed jaw. Lovely. And circle those legs away from you now, up to the sky, and then keep the arms reaching up. Let the feet land, a little wave through the legs, they loosen off. And then just make your way sinking through those feet to a bridge. Let the pelvis start to float, let the breath stay nice and free. Arms and legs are active here, communicating with your spines, softening any surface tension, freeing breath. Take your time unfolding. coming down, giving those knees a squeeze. And roll to your side, make your way towards all fours. And just a little gentle movement here of the pelvis. Untucking the tail, tuck the tail under, mobilizing a little here on all fours. Maybe do a few gentle hip circles. Lovely. Tuck the toes under. Just a loose dog today. Just have a little wriggle here through the legs. Really mobilizing, wiggling, waggling your tails. Not holding it too long. Bringing it down. Well done. We're going to extend our right leg out behind and just start to bring it out to the side, circling movements through the foot. So I'm circling big toe, little toe, heel, and that's allowing my femur to really sort of circle or free up that thigh bone in the hip joint. So feeling around, walking the foot around to the width of your mat here, and continue with those nice juicy circling movements for your hip. Good. And then pause here, rest the back foot. Can you drop into that back foot and explore a lunge? So if the hands need to work a bit higher, bring them up to the front leg, that's fine. Or you might choose to rest them on a book or two, or blocks if you have them. Keep a nice free spine. That's the important thing. So watch out for pushing into the back body here. Can we encourage our pubic bone to release forwards, upwards, and let that breastbone follow, a little lift. Release forward and a little lift of the breastbone. Nice easy breathing here. And have a little roll onto the side of your foot. See if you can send that knee away from you. Few slow breaths here. Soft face, soft breath. Ease out, walk the foot a little further in. Start to rock. Again, hands could come higher. Lift the toes, lift the hips, and then gently easing forwards. Just rock forward and back a few times. One last pause in lunge. And then let's bring that foot back. And we're going to change sides. When you're ready to all fours, let's extend the left leg out and bring that left leg round, wiggling, slowly feeling our way forward and feeling into that hip joint. Nice juicy movements for our hips. Come to the width of your mat. And settle here. Bring the hands up if that's better for you, or have the height I've suggested to rest the hands on. Can we find some length in the front of our spine? A few slow, deep breaths. Keep a buoyancy through your pelvis and your shoulders and your ribs here. So just avoiding that collapsed feeling which will show up in your breath. So just checking with how your breath is and make any adjustments in order to let the breath flow freely. rolling out onto the side of the foot. And a few slow breaths here. Gentle hip opener. Resting on the hands, as things let go, yes, you might be able to get your forearms to rest, but there's no hurry to get there. No hurry at all. Easing out, continue wiggling in front of you, rocking a little bit here, in and out, lifting the toes and the hips and then easing forward. And then stay here for a breath or two in your lunge. And bringing that leg out behind you. Good. Resting now onto the forearms. Really sink into those forearms to invite the space to the shoulders and the ribs. And begin to tuck your toes under lightly here. Pouring into those arms, keeping the space and lightness in the upper body. See if you can start to sink into those toes and grow the legs. Take your time unfolding through the legs here. Really be mindful of not pushing the weight into the shoulders or into the arms. Can you send your spine out through your hips? Lifting those hips slowly towards the sky. And this can take time. We might need to work here, wriggling around a little bit, undoing, just as we did in our downward facing dog. Or we can just explore a little more and sticking with one leg. Particularly if things aren't moving very easily in those lower vertebrae. You can play a little, feeling around through the legs and the hips to the spine here. And then see if that undoes anything. And have another little play. When you're tiring, just come down. Walk those hands to knees and lift the knees, a little baby squat. You can play here a little bit, lift those arms. Heels don't have to get to the floor. Okay, you might play with a little, trying to get one down, the other one down. Or you can try getting both down and lifting those hips a little bit. And then seeing if from here we can start to drop the tail and lift the head. Something might have let go. And then bringing yourself back onto those forearms. Just have another little play here with your elbow dog. Maybe that's freed things up for you. And sitting back towards those heels. Good. Just taking a few breaths here in child. Support the head if you need to. And then we'll find our way onto the ground again to finish our practice today. So here, just let your left foot come to rest on the floor and Can you encourage your right foot to rest here on your left thigh? Sending your right knee out to the side, gently encourage the right knee to open away from you. Stabilize your pelvis by resting your left hand on your left hip bone. Let your spine rest, let your shoulders rest here. And then you could pick up this left foot into lazy pigeon. Taking a few slow, deep breaths here. Resting, and just switch the legs when you're ready. Bringing the left leg off, the left foot resting on the right thigh, steadying the pelvis, encouraging that left knee to open away from you. When you're ready, see if you can lift the right foot. If that is too much, you can always rest the right foot onto some blocks or some books. So you're getting a little hip release, but it might not be quite so intense. Hands, when you come up, could just rest one on the knee, one on the thigh, or for that deeper release, the hands can interlace behind the thigh. In this instance, it's my right thigh. But do try and keep that upper body and spine resting. Few slow, soft breaths. And we'll finish by giving those knees one last hug. And then let yourself have a little rest. Take as long as you need.